So many characters within One Piece are driven by immense ambition. Many of them seek power, fame, control over the seas, the title of Pirate King, and even the complete upheaval of the world order. However, no character can match the grandiosity of the Skypiea arc's antagonist Enel. His ambitions transcend even the world of One Piece as he sets his sights on the stars themselves. Enel is a character who takes everything to the most extreme level. He didn't just aim to become powerful, he sought to become a god. He didn't merely aspire to conquer an island, a kingdom, or even the world. His ambition was in fact to rule on another planet entirely. The philosophy of Enel had allowed him to uncover history that had been hidden for centuries. When we delve deeper into his character, I'll be uncovering a complexity that goes far beyond his initial portrayal in the story, as we'll be revealing connections between Enel's character to events that occur nearly 1,000 chapters after his introduction. So without further delay, here is my breakdown and analysis of Enel, and we'll start by covering everything that we know about his backstory. Enel was born on the sky island of Birka, which lies far to the southeast of Skypiea, and it shares its name with an ancient lunar city. At some point early in his life, Enel came into possession of the Goro Goro no Mi, a Logia type devil fruit which grants its user control over lightning. This power is considered one of the most devastating in the world of One Piece due to its raw destructive force, as a lightning is an unstoppable force of nature with few defenses against it. The acquisition of this devil fruit was a pivotal moment for Enel, giving him immense power which only few could challenge. Although Birka was said to be home to strong warriors, none of them could stand up to Enel. 8 years before the current storyline, Enel destroyed Birka and left with a group of loyal followers, and they journeyed to Skypiea, where Enel overthrew the island's ruler Ganfall and declared himself the new god of Skypiea. Enel ruled Skypiea with an iron fist, using his lightning-based powers to enforce his will and swiftly strike down anyone who dares to defy him. His reign was one of fear, as the people of Skypiea had reluctantly treated him as a living deity. At the heart of Enel's ambition was his desire to reach Endless Vearth. To him, Endless Vearth symbolizes an untouched paradise, a land of infinite resources and boundless potential where he could reign supreme, free from opposition. He believed that this paradise existed on the moon. To make his dream a reality, Enel constructed a massive flying ship called the Arc Maxim, and it was powered by his own electricity. The Arc Maxim was meant to carry him to the moon, but his plans had also involved the complete destruction of Skypiea. Enel intended to use his Rygo technique, which is an enormous ball of lightning, which he would have used to destroy the entire Sky Island. Enel's plans were unsuccessful following the arrival of the Straw Hat Pirates, with their captain Luffy having eaten the rubber fruit. It had rendered him immune to Enel's lightning attacks. Despite Enel's overwhelming power, Luffy was able to stop him from destroying Skypiea, and he had brought the Arc Maxim to a halt. Even after his defeat, Enel managed to escape on the damaged Arc Maxim, and his journey continued in a series of cover stories where it is revealed that he successfully reached the moon. On the moon, Enel discovered an ancient city and had encountered a race of robotic beings known as the Moon People, or automata. These automata were the remnants of a long-lost civilization that had migrated to Earth. Using his powers, Enel reactivated the dormant automata and learned about their history. Fascinated by the moon's ancient technology and the mysterious civilization that had once thrived there, Enel declared himself the ruler of this new domain, having found a place where his godly ambitions could truly come to life. Enel's character draws significant inspiration from a key mythical figure. While many fans have pointed out the striking resemblance between Enel's design and the early 2000s rapper Eminem, this connection appears to be purely aesthetic and likely not indicative of any more of a deeper influence. The true inspiration for Enel comes from Raijin, the god of lightning, thunder, and storms in Japanese mythology and Shinto religion. The visual parallels are clear, particularly with the taiko drums that surround both Enel and Raijin. These drums are are iconic elements of their design, and they are used in similar ways. Both Enel and Raijin summon thunder by striking the drums, and the resemblance becomes even more apparent when Enel transforms into his ultimate form, and this further solidifies the influence on Raijin on Enel's character. Enel's personality is a complex fusion of a god complex with intelligence and an unwavering belief in his own superiority. He is portrayed as a highly intelligent and strategic figure, adept at manipulating and controlling others to achieve his goals. His sense of invincibility stems from his Logia fruit abilities, which reinforce his belief that he is above all other beings. This feeling of superiority manifests in his arrogance and contempt for those that he views as beneath him, seeing them as little more than obstacles to his divine ambitions. Enel's role in the story is multifaceted. On one hand, he serves as a significant antagonist whose actions propel the narrative of the Skypiea arc. His reign of tyranny and the looming threat of mass destruction create a sense of urgency which drives the Straw Hat Pirates into action. However, Enel's character also serves as a cautionary tale which illustrates the dangers of unchecked power and delusions of grandeur. His belief in his own divinity and willingness to commit atrocities in the pursuit of his goals highlights the corrupting influence of absolute power. Enel's character also allows for the exploration of broader themes such as freedom and oppression within One Piece. His rule over Skypiea is defined by the suppression of freedom and the imposition of his will onto others. This stands in direct opposition to Luffy's ideals of freedom and individuality. As the protagonist, Luffy embodies the spirit of freedom and adventure, fighting against any form of tyranny that seeks to rob others of their liberty. This ideological clash between Enel and Luffy is central to the plot of the Skypiea arc, as it emphasizes the ongoing struggle between freedom and oppression in One Piece. This contrast between Enel and Luffy is further emphasized by their differing views on power and freedom. Enel perceives power as a tool to enforce his will and realize his utopian vision regardless of the harm that it causes others. His delusions of godhood blind him to the suffering that he inflicts, as it reduces others to mere tools or obstacles. In contrast, Luffy views power as a means to protect his friends and to achieve his dreams. His quest for freedom is rooted in ensuring that everyone has the right to pursue their own dreams without the threat of tyranny. Beyond their differing ideologies, both Enel and Luffy possess immense power and determination, but their motivations set them apart. Enel's desire for control and his self-perceived divinity sharply contrast with Luffy's dedication to freedom and his willingness to fight for the rights of others. This dynamic between Luffy and Enel mirrors the larger conflict between Luffy and the Celestial Dragons. The Celestial Dragons, the self-proclaimed gods of the One Piece world, embody the height of oppression and tyranny. They live in unimaginable luxury and they are detached from the suffering that they cause. Similar to Enel, they believe that their superiority is justified thanks to their blood and their lineage. Luffy's journey is a direct rebellion against the structure of power that the Celestial Dragons represent. From liberating slaves to challenging world government affiliated institutions such as Marineford and Impel Down, Luffy continually undermines the authority of those who see themselves as gods. Just as Luffy's devil fruit, which was once thought to be the Gomu Gomu no Mi, made him a natural enemy to Enel, the reveal of his true devil fruit as the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika solidifies him as the ultimate threat to the Celestial Dragons and the current world government. The battle between Enel and Luffy and the entire Skypiea arc serves as a microcosm of the larger narrative conflict that will likely define the endgame of One Piece's story. While Enel's defeat in Skypiea was a pivotal moment in the story, his character still holds potential for a much larger role in the future of One Piece. At the conclusion of the Skypiea arc, Enel's journey to the moon introduced new possibilities. On the moon, he uncovers ancient automata and the remains of a lost civilization, which hints at a profound connection between the world where One Piece takes place and the larger extended universe outside of it. This exploration of the moon, combined with the advanced technology and secrets that Enel discovers, could position him as a key player in the unfolding mysteries of the One Piece world. His intelligence and unrelenting ambition is now fueled by newfound knowledge, which might lead him to return as a much more formidable force in the future. With this, Enel's goals could evolve beyond his previous aspirations, and it may introduce new motivations which tie into the greater narrative of the story. His time on the moon might also spark a change in his perspective, potentially altering his views on power and divinity. If Enel were to return, it would carry significant implications for the Straw Hats and the larger One Piece story. His mastery of advanced technology and deeper understanding of the world's hidden truths could introduce a new set of challenges for Luffy and his crew, pushing them to not only confront Enel's enhanced power, but also the broader mysteries of One Piece. His development as a character, whether if Enel retains his tyrannical ways or gains new insights and turns a new leaf, would be really interesting to see. Via the return of Enel's character, we may have the exploration of the themes of redemption as we witness the capacity for change that Enel has. If he begins to question his previous beliefs and actions, it could lead to significant character growth for him, and this would add a new layer of depth to Enel, potentially transforming him from a power-hungry tyrant into a more nuanced and dynamic character, and hopefully somebody who is on the side of Luffy and the Straw Hats. The potential for character development and redemption makes his possible reappearance in the story even more exciting. Enel's character is rich with traits of ambition, power, and delusion. His backstory and actions establish him as a formidable antagonist, while his personality and motivations explore deeper themes of power and freedom. The ideological clash between Enel and Luffy underscores the broader themes of One Piece, as again it highlights the struggle that exists between those who want to oppress others versus those who seek out freedom and liberty. It's super exciting to think about Enel's potential return to the story, especially with all of the growth and new knowledge that he has learnt. But we've now reached the point of the video where I want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What do you think about Enel as an antagonist? I'd love to know all of your thoughts about how Enel spent his time following his defeat, and if he is potentially going to be returning in the endgame of One Piece. Definitely continue the discussion in the comments, and lastly, thank you for making it to the end of this one, and I cannot wait to see you in my next One Piece character analysis video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.